Picture a team meeting. Everyone's nodding along, packing up their laptops, entirely ready to grab lunch and call it a day. Then, one person raises their hand. They point out that the numbers on page 14 don't match page 3, and if the project ships this way, the whole thing breaks in 6 weeks. The room groans. But here's the reality. 6 weeks down the line, that exact discrepancy would have caused a system failure or a very expensive lawsuit. That single, annoying interruption saved the company a fortune. Most brains run an auto-summarize feature. They take in the big picture and fill in the details later. A detail-oriented brain reads the entire document, every single word. Modern work environments reward people who are fast and confident over people who are careful and correct. We treat the person asking to check the math like a speed bump, leaving our systems wide open to hidden errors. The mind uniquely equipped to catch those vulnerabilities often belongs to someone with level 1 autism. In diagnostic terms, level 1 describes individuals who need the least external support. These are people who hold jobs, go to school, and often blend into typical environments. Blending in is a survival skill, not a change in neurology. Even when navigating a world built for someone else, the underlying mechanics of the brain remain structurally distinct. A consistent marker of this wiring is an attention to detail that feels almost supernatural. The brain automatically zooms in on specifics first. Getting lost in the weeds is the mechanical result of a biological lens that processes the parts of the world before the whole. Scientists call this engine enhanced perceptual functioning. This means the autistic brain processes raw sensory data with significantly more power and precision than a standard brain. It isolates and locks on to every piece of information in the environment. Researchers refer to this as bottom-up processing. Instead of grabbing a broad summary and moving on, these thinkers collect all the individual pieces first and assemble the picture themselves, brick by brick. When you build your understanding from the ground up, you immediately notice when a piece of logic is missing from the foundation. People who only look at the finished structure completely miss the gap. So when someone pauses a meeting to ask why a process is done a certain way, it isn't an annoyance. Examining the process piece by piece is how you find the fix that nobody else could see. This detail-oriented processing is the engine behind autistic special interests. These deep, all-consuming passions function as self-directed masterclasses in system building. Cataloging entire franchises or memorizing sports statistics builds skills in classification, probability, and pattern recognition. A brain chooses to learn a topic at a depth most college courses never attempt, entirely for fun. That underlying mental muscle is the same one a database engineer or a safety auditor uses every day to keep a system from collapsing. But noticing everything means processing everything, and that carries a massive biological cost. Logging every flaw, inconsistency, and sensory detail in a room leads straight to perfectionism and eventually severe exhaustion. The detail-focused mind is a high-performance tool. Like any specialized equipment, it drains fuel fast and requires strict boundaries and quiet downtime to prevent burnout. This is why traditional schooling is often a frustrating environment for this brain type. School measures speed. It tells you to skim the chapter and move on when the bell rings, punishing the student who wants to spend 20 minutes making sure an answer is completely accurate. There is a persistent myth that detail-oriented thinkers cannot see the big picture. They see it. They simply refuse to sign off on a big picture built on broken foundational details. The dynamic shifts completely when these individuals enter fields where accuracy is the primary currency. In quality assurance, lab science, and engineering, spotting the mistake everyone else skimmed past is the entire job description. Take Temple Grandin. She revolutionized livestock facility design simply because she noticed details about the environment that the rest of her industry had walked past for decades. The brilliant adult expert who gets paid to find anomalies has the exact same brain as the kid who struggled to finish timed tests. The brain didn't change. It just found an environment that finally valued accuracy over speed. Look closely, and you realize our modern world runs entirely on details. Bridges stand, airplanes land safely, and medicine works because someone meticulously checked the math. When someone pauses the room to point out a tiny crack in the design, it is an act of deep loyalty to the project's success. For the individual who has spent a lifetime being told they overthink or overcare, that hyperfocus is a rare strength. It simply requires a stage where the details are the point. The world has plenty of people who skim documents and nod along. It has far too few people who actually see reality. Go find your page 14.